Today's lesson is solving problems by guessing and testing. So if I give you a number, you guess the answer and you test it to check to see if you got the right answer. I'll start with something very simple. For example, I say, pick a number between 50 and 80. Okay. The number that's in my head is 72. And you go ahead and guess the number. Okay. So between 50 and 80, some of you might say 60. Okay. I say no. Now, if I say no, you shouldn't just start guessing a random number right after that. You should be asking me questions to get closer to the right answer. So the answer that's in my head is 72 that I want you to guess. And I gave you one hint that's between 50 and 80, and you guess 60. And I say no. Again, you don't just start randomly saying, okay, 55. No. 52. No. You're going to start asking me questions. So after you say 60, you could ask me, am I lower or am I higher than the actual number? So I will say you are lower. So you obviously from between 50 and 60, you do not touch anymore. Now you're getting close to the answer, so your odds are getting better. Okay, so you go ahead and say 65. I say no. You're gonna say, am I lower or am I higher? I say you're still lower. So again, you're not gonna touch any number between under 65. 70. You ask me, am I lower, am I higher? I say you're lower. So you're not going to say any numbers between 70, under 70. Okay, guess again. You say 75. Now you ask me, am I lower, am I higher? I say, now you're higher. Okay, so now you're in between 70 and 75. You know that because you asked me questions. So far, we know it's not under 70, and we know it's not over 75. We know it's between 70 and 75. 71. I say, no, you're lower. Okay, so it's a number that's higher than 71. 72, and you got the answer. So solving problems by guessing. So you started guessing what number I had in my head by asking me questions until you got to the answer. Okay, so let's look at page 328. There's a question that's over here that we need to solve. Okay, so Kara is making a bubble wand. She bent a wire that is 282 centimeters long into a shape with equal sides. So she bent a wand into a shape with equal sides. So we know the sides are equal. Each side is equal, but we don't know how many sides we have. The length of each side is a whole number of centimeters. So it's a whole number. That means there is no remainder. Okay, so Mateo's solution, he said he first of all guessed there was 8 sides. So he went ahead and divided 282 divided by 8 to see what the answer would be. So let's see, is it capable to have 8 sides? Okay, how many times can 8 go into 2? That's not going to happen. How many times can 8 go into 28? Go into it 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. 28 minus 24 equals 4. We bring down the 2. How many times can 8 go into 42? It could go into it 5 times. What is 5 times 8 equals 40. 42 minus 40 equals 2. Okay, so the answer is 35, remainder 2. So now, first of all, Mateo guessed it has 8 sides. He tested it, and he turned out to be wrong. There's a remainder, and the question says it's only whole numbers. Okay, so next guess, he says, my next guess is 6. So 282 divided by 6. How many times can 6 go into 2? It's not going to happen. How many times can it go into 28? It could go into it 4 times. 4 times 6 equals 24. 28 minus 24 equals 4. Bring down the 2. How many times can 6 go into 42? It could go into 7 times. 7 times 6 equals 42. 42 minus 42 equals 0. Now, is that going to work? Yes, it is. It is going to work because the remainder is 0, so we know we have a whole number of side. So So if we have 282 centimeters and we broke it down, or she bent it into 6 equal sides, each side would be equal to 47 centimeters. So this one works. Of course, this is not the only one that could work. This is where he stopped until he got to the real answer, until he got to this answer. But some of you might be guessing other numbers. We could guess 5, 4, and we keep on testing until we come up with the remainder of 0, because we know it's a whole number. So a different answer that would come up with a remainder of 0 that would also work, that would also give us this equal sides, is 282 by 3. So this is me. I'm going to guess that it has 3 sides, and each side must be equal. How many times can 3 go into 2? Not going to work. How many times can 3 go into 28? It could go into it 9 times. 9 times 3 equals 27. 28 minus 27 equals 1. We drop down the 2. How many times can 3 go into 12? It could go into it 4 times. 4 times 12 equals 12. 12 minus 12 equals 0. So I have 3 sides, or she bent it to 3 sides. Each side is equal to 94 centimeters. So again, in this lesson, you're going to guess the answer and you're going to test it to make sure if your answer is right or wrong. If you're wrong, you do it again until you get to the right answer.